Connor, first thing, it's been obviously a few difficult results of late, and I suppose it's a time now for the players to kind of have a good look at yourselves and where you go from here, isn't it? And is the dressing room's quite close knit? I know that. So do you have to kind of call on that to get through difficult patches when you have times like this?
Yeah, definitely. I think when you're having this kind of a run in the season, it's difficult, and but we've got plenty of experienced players in that team, and that's where we're going to be called upon, and we need it. And the gaffer's said the same thing, where he wants his experienced players to play a big role in this. We've all had it in our career, and it's about just getting out of it really. Now we just need to get that result and try and kick on, to be honest.
The mood around the place, I take it, is still quite positive. I suppose it has to be, doesn't it, really? Because you've got to still be optimistic and positive. Because if you start dwelling on things, then you'll never get out of it, will you?
No, exactly. You can't beat yourselves up. It's one of those ones where, you know, we know that we're losing games, and we know that, you know, it could be better. But I believe the style of football that we're playing is entertaining. But ultimately, it's about results, and the results haven't been coming our way. So it's now about getting the ball in the back of the net and getting some points on the board.
I know it sounds kind of really obvious, but as a keeper, you can do something about that in one of the boxes at least, can't you? I mean, you had a shot, the other one you had a header that was on target. But I suppose you can affect that. But how can you affect that from your position? Is it difficult to try and do that as a goalkeeper, because your job is obviously very unique within the team?
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're kind of just stuck in that one spot, and then there's sometimes you can venture up at the other end at the 90th minute. But no, it's my job is to keep the ball out the net and really to keep the team organised and focused at the back. But ultimately, goals win your game, and we're not scoring enough. And it's not just the strikers; it's the midfield, it's the defence. We all need to contribute, and it's something that we need to get better at.
Managers talked about creating chances and things, but it's sometimes a lack of cutting edge. Is that, from your experience, is that something that will come, or do you have to kind of do things differently to try and get that? How do you see all that?
No, I mean, football's a very confidence-based sport. You know, when your confidence is through the roof, you try stuff, and 9 times out of 10 it will come off, and when you're going on a run like this, things just don't fall for you. But you know, we're not gonna blame it on luck or anything like that. He is right. We have to have that killer instinct and that cutting edge of being able to just find the back of the net, be ruthless. And we've had plenty of conversations like that where we've had chances and we need to bury them basically, and we're not doing that. So we are working hard on the training pitch, and we will get there. I believe that.
I suppose you as a keeper, you've got to be kind of self-confident, because your distribution is very good with the ball at your feet. I suppose it's easy if you weren't confident, you'd just whack it, wouldn't you? But you've got to try and pick out the right pass. You've got to try and pick out the right person and stick to the plan. And I suppose as a keeper, you need to be really confident in yourself to do that, don't you?
Yeah. Listen, that's what the manager wants. That's what he wants us. How he wants us to play. He wants us to be a possession-based team where he wants us to play out from the back and be effective with it. You know, it's not. We can't just carry on passing it side to side. It has to be them penetrating passes through the thirds, and that's what he's wanting us to do, and that's what I'm having to do. And I'm enjoying my football. I really am. I'm enjoying being up there and basically being in the back four and finding them passes and as well making saves. So right now I'm enjoying my football. Am I enjoying the results? No, but I do believe that they will come.
Exeter's obviously a big game there on a similar run of results to yourselves, maybe even a bit worse. But when you get that, I suppose, do you kind of enjoy that big game feel when you know there's something really important riding on the result? Not just so much for this, but obviously the fans will travel there and want to get a result as well. Do you kind of thrive on that?
Yeah, I mean, I love them kind of games. You know, it's It's they're always exciting. You know, it's kind of a kind of game of chess, really. You don't want to know what the other team's doing and how we can beat them and stuff like that. So, but like you say, it's a really important game. They're just below us, and we're just above them, and we need to kind of, we don't want that gap narrowing, and we need to open that gap up and climb back up. I think we've got a couple game in hands and a couple teams and stuff like that, and we need to use them game in hands. We need to win them games and get us back up into the middle or top half of the table. We're capable of doing it. We've showed that in the beginning of the season where we were second. We played Burton here to go top of the league. You know we are capable of it. It's now just implementing it, and I like I say, I do believe it'll come good.